Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn and welcome to my channel where we just chat about every subject there is. And today I want to talk to you about, do you feel overwhelmed in life? Do you feel like it's just getting out of control? Do you feel like you don't know what to do or where to start or what to change? I get it. I totally get it. So grab your coffee. We're going to chat about what it is in life that's making us overwhelmed and how we can fix it. So again, my name is Lynn. I haven't been on here in a long time on this particular channel. I do have a second channel called At Home with Lynn Wilson. You can check that out. Talk about grocery hauls and thrift shopping and everything to do with the home. Everything to do with family. And check that out if that would be of interest to you. But today I want to talk about something. I just had a birthday. I am 29 and holding for the rest of my life. Number one, I always want to feel youthful, maybe not young, but definitely youthful. You could tell by my face, I am not a young person. I am in my 60s, and I just don't want to get old and frumpy in my attitude, in my mindset, or anything like that, if that even makes sense. I want to stay youthful as much as I can. I know in my 60s, I felt aches and pains that I haven't felt before. Getting up is a little bit more of a stretch. Walking and knees aching, going upstairs, I get all that. But you know what? You just learn to adapt. And that's one of the solutions that I have found in my life, is learning that, first of all, there are solutions and learning how to adapt. So as I mentioned, I just had a birthday. We went away for a few days to get away. And my son always says a change of location can give you a change of perspective. Boy, can it ever. My son says this all the time, and I totally agree with him. We got away, and if you don't know, I live with my husband who's on disability. He has epilepsy, and he has seizures some days, anywhere from 5 to 7 to 12 a day, and then we could go for a 3 or 4 day stretch where he has none or very minor ones, and that is a challenge. My youngest son, is in his early 20s, and he has several diagnoses, and so he is home with us. We're working through disability on that. And I have, my oldest son is married to my beautiful daughter-in-law, aka my daughter. And we have one grandson, and we have a granddaughter on the way. So that'll give you a little perspective of who I am. I do work full-time. I work full-time outside the home. I have a managerial position, which is very intense and can be stressful. But I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I have to say, I work a lot of hours, and then I have to come home and clean what this place is called home, and manage taking care of a family and all of that. And sometimes it gets to me. And I could say in my 60s, and I want to do some more talking about this, because I think many women, maybe men, might relate to this, but I've seen some changes in me that I'm like, okay, solutions, and I need to adapt. I'm in my 60s, and I find that things bother me more. I'm more sensitive to things. I'm more sensitive to noise. I'm more sensitive to activity. I feel like I have ADD on steroids sometimes. I have to admit, I work 8, 10 plus hours a day on my job outside the home. Yesterday, I worked 11 and a half hours. I had to come home and cook. I had to come home and do wash. I had to come home and vacuum a rug. I had to come home and I came home and I said to my husband, I can't cook. So we ordered a calzone, and I had salad ingredients in the refrigerator. So I made salad and we had a calzone. We watched a movie. I hit Dollar General on the way home from the pizza place with my calzone, and we picked up some donuts and a bag of Doritos and a few other things, frozen waffles for the morning. And some might look at that and say, Lynn, first of all, you shouldn't be spending money out. You shouldn't be going and buying junk food. You know what? Frozen waffles are a whole lot easier in the morning than making fresh waffles when I am just plain tuckered out. And I've worked, a long day, and I'm in my 60s. I don't have the same stamina. So sometimes shortcuts are a solution. Adapting to understanding I can't do it all. Grabbing a calzone, that did us for dinner last night. It will do us again for dinner tonight. I'll make another salad. and it'll probably do us for 2 lunches. So that's 4 meals that I got out of that one thing. I made a roast chicken the other night, so I'm making some chicken soup for lunch today. We have some cold cuts that I bought a few days ago, and they're just not being eaten up. And I know someone that just grinds it up into like you would do like a ham salad. I have roast buffalo chicken cold cuts, and I have some kind of ham. I forget, honey ham or something. So I'm going to put them in the food processor, chop them up a little bit, and make it more like a chopped salad. Add some mayonnaise. I've got some lettuce and tomato. We're going to make a nice sandwich, and we're going to enjoy that with my homemade soup. That's homemade. Other things are not homemade. And I'm learning too that being overwhelmed by my home is just, I found solutions for being overwhelmed by food. Sometimes it means takeout. Sometimes it means semi-homemade. Sometimes it's homemade because I need the therapeutic, rolling of the dough, or baking or cooking or slicing or chopping. Sometimes that's therapeutic. Other times buying a calzone is therapeutic. Being overwhelmed in my home, if you looked right now, over here is my dining room table. It has been 4 days, 3 days. Excuse me. 3 days since we got home from our getaway. We went antiquing and thrifting. My grandson's birthday present is on the table that I need to finish putting together. And I've picked up a few essentials like paper towels. I'm looking over there, hand soap, and so on. So my dining room table is loaded with things that I need to put away, that I just haven't had the time to do because of work and taking care of family. If you look on this side is my home office studio where I film, like now, and my other videos. And I also do the bills, and I do my thinking, and I do my resting, and I do my junk journaling, and I work in my planner. And it's a disaster because I've pulled a million things out, and I need to get it pulled back together. I have 2 loads of laundry. I've got one in the dryer and one in the washer. I'm behind on laundry. I had a situation with our freezer last night. I had to throw out a bunch of food, so now I need to do a master grocery list. My whole entire life is overwhelming, and I have found more and more between living with people with disabilities, myself being a caregiver, working full time, life is just a lot, at least for me in my 60s. And I want to encourage you to know that you're not alone. I am far from perfect. I love things in my brain. I can organize and I can get excited. I want to redecorate and I want to cook this meal from scratch. And we want to go on this vacation. Oh, I want to take that road trip. Oh, I got to clean out that closet. I get all these ideas in my head. And while we were away, I made a list of every room of my house and everything I want to get done, from repairs, maybe painting something, that needs to be fixed, or a closet to clean out, or I need to dust and vacuum, cobwebs on the ceiling. Yeah, I have those because who has time to clean their ceilings? So I made a list of every room and I got all excited. And then I came home and looked around and went, I didn't leave a perfectly clean home. And I have wash to do, and there's dishes in the sink. Well, there wasn't actually dishes. My youngest son, who was home, actually made my bed, folded my laundry, and did my dishes, which was such a treat. Excuse me one moment. Spring is on its way, and I can feel allergies are starting to dry my throat already, even though it's dripping outside because of the ice and the snow that New Jersey has had over a weekish ago. But I want to encourage you. I want to do more videos on what it's like to be a caregiver, what it's like to live with somebody with a disability, what it's like to live in my 60s, and how I'm getting through different scenarios. And I just want to encourage you that I am overwhelmed in life, but I am learning to find solutions. I'm learning how to adapt. I'm learning, as they say, if you have it, what do they say? Let me think now. I'm going to mess this up. You don't have a disability. You have abilities to do it differently. There you go. And, you know, a disability doesn't necessarily mean somebody that walks on crutches or is in a wheelchair or something like that. A disability could be mental health. A disability could be, you know, things in your own life that are just, you just can't because of, and you fill in the blank. Disabilities come in different shapes and sizes and at different ages, and whether you're a male or a female, you have different other things that you're dealing with. And, you know, going through menopause, a man doesn't go through that, but he goes through, you know, midlife crisis maybe. And those are real things, and we physically suffer through them. We emotionally and mentally suffer through them. So I want to encourage you, hang out with me. I'm going to promise to get back on this channel at least a couple times a week. Just talk about things that are everyday life situations. I would love grabbing coffee, and today it's water, it's not coffee, but, you know, and sitting with a friend and just chatting about, help me process and think through something. Let me help, give me some words of wisdom, and you know, get some encouragement. When you talk to people that you trust, you can find words of wisdom and clarity and a new perspective and a healthy way of looking at things and a solution and how to adapt. And so these are some of the topics that I want to talk to you about on this particular channel. So if you have a topic or something you want to talk about, or something that I said maybe in this conversation that resonated with you, leave it in the comments below. And look forward to some more videos on this channel about chats about everyday life. All right, guys, we'll catch you all on the next video. And thanks for hanging out with me today.